What if I told you that the very idea of fixing yourself is part of the problem? It's strange, isn't it? This idea we've been sold that somehow we're incomplete, broken in some way that only a distant future can heal. We believe that with enough work, enough effort, enough striving, we will one day arrive at some perfect version of ourselves. And in that moment, we will finally be okay. But what if this constant chase, this endless search for a better version of you, is exactly what's keeping you from realizing the truth? You see, when you're caught in the idea that you are not enough as you are, life becomes a series of projects. You begin to see yourself as a problem that must be solved. If only I could be more confident, more successful, more relaxed. If I just fix this part of me, I will be whole. We think we need to improve ourselves, work on our weaknesses, perfect our flaws. The message is clear. You're not good enough as you are. But here's the paradox. The more you chase the idea of becoming someone else, the more you drift away from the person you already are. You're running toward an illusion, thinking that once you reach that ideal self, you'll feel complete. But in the pursuit of that distant self, you overlook the very truth that you are already whole. You are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You just need to realize that what you are seeking is not something you can add to yourself. It's something you need to subtract. Imagine this for a moment. What if everything you have been taught about self-improvement is a lie? What if the real work is not about becoming, but about letting go of the idea that you need to become anything at all? Because what if, just for a moment, you stopped and realized that you are enough as you are, exactly as you are, right here, right now? The universe is not interested in your self-improvement projects. It does not see you as a work in progress. It sees you as part of the dance of life, unfolding exactly as you should. And the more you try to fix, change, or perfect yourself, the more you push yourself away from the flow. The key is not in changing who you are, but in embracing who you already are. We have been conditioned to think that the search for ourselves must be this heroic quest, something grand and monumental, where we climb the mountain of self-discovery and plant our flag at the summit. But perhaps the true path is not up, not forward, but inward. Perhaps the journey is not about becoming someone else, but about peeling away the layers of conditioning that tell you you're not good enough, and discovering the truth of who you already are. What if the only thing standing between you and peace is the belief that you need to fix yourself? What if, instead of trying to fix, you simply allowed yourself to be, in all your imperfect, messy, wonderful fullness? What if, in that very moment of acceptance, you found that the fixing was never necessary? Let me know how this part resonates with you and if it's aligned with your vision. What if life isn't something you have to conquer? What if it's not a puzzle to be solved, not a race to be won? This might sound strange, but what if life is a dance that unfolds not according to your steps, but in its own rhythm, in its own time? And what if, just like any great dance, the secret to participating in it is not trying to control the music, but to let yourself move with it? We are so used to seeing life as something to be mastered, to be tamed. We work hard, we plan, we try to orchestrate every detail, believing that if we just control enough of it, we'll be able to shape it into something manageable. But the truth is, life is not a straight line. It's a flow, a rhythm. The more we try to control it, the more we wrestle with it, the less we get to experience its natural grace. Imagine a dancer. A dancer does not control the music, forcing it to match their moves. No, they listen to the music. They feel it. They respond to it. They let the music guide them. And when they do, something magical happens. The dance becomes effortless. It doesn't feel like effort. It feels like expression. The dance moves through them, not because they are forcing it, but because they are surrendering to its flow. Life is the same way. When we let go of our need to manage every moment, when we stop planning every step, we begin to feel the rhythm of existence, and we find ourselves moving naturally with it. We stop trying to control the outcome, and instead, we embrace the unfolding. We stop grasping for answers and start allowing ourselves to be part of the question. We live in a culture that tells us to push, to strive, to make things happen. It's as if we are taught that the only way to get through life is by forcing our way forward. But the universe doesn't work like that. Life doesn't demand that you force it into shape. It simply asks that you respond to it, moment by moment, with awareness, with presence. And yet, how many of us find ourselves tired, overwhelmed, and burnt out from trying to make life fit into our idea of how it should be? We push and push, trying to control the future, trying to fix the past, never realizing that the present moment, the only moment where life actually happens, is slipping right through our fingers. What if we could stop resisting the flow? What if instead of fighting the current, we let ourselves be carried by it? This doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean becoming passive. It means becoming deeply engaged, but without clinging to outcomes. It means trusting the rhythm of life, even when we can't see where it's taking us. It means feeling the joy of the dance, not because we know every step in advance, but because we trust that the dance is already happening through us. Just like the dancer who lets the music move them, we too can begin to move with life responding, flowing, adapting. When we stop trying to control everything, we make space for the magic of life to unfold in ways we never imagined. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, is already dancing, and we are invited to join in. Not to control it, not to fight it, but to feel it, to live it. Let me know how this flows, and I can proceed to the next part. There's a curious thing that happens when we spend our lives chasing a version of ourselves that doesn't exist. We think, if only I could become the person I imagine, then everything would fall into place. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I finally achieve this, or when I finally get there. But here's the paradox. The more we chase after this ideal self, the further we drift from the person we already are. The very act of becoming is, in many ways, keeping us from realizing that we are already enough. Think about it for a moment. We all have this vision of who we want to be, a perfect image, a future self, someone wiser, more successful, more peaceful, someone who has it all together. But the more we pursue that vision, the more elusive it becomes. It's always just out of reach, like trying to catch the setting sun. And every time we get close, it shifts, moving farther away, making us feel as though we're never quite there, never quite enough. But what if the very pursuit of becoming is the thing that holds us back from simply being? What if the more we try to fix ourselves, the further we push ourselves away from the truth of who we already are? The more we chase after something that doesn't exist, the more we fail to see that we are already everything we need to be. This is the great paradox of the self-improvement cycle. The more we strive to become someone else, the more we lose touch with who we truly are. The ideal version of you, the one you are constantly chasing, is a creation of your mind. It's an illusion, an image built from comparisons, expectations, and the belief that you are not enough. But what if, instead of running toward this ever-receding version of yourself, you simply stopped and asked, what if I am already that person? This doesn't mean giving up on growth. It doesn't mean stagnation or complacency. It means recognizing that the real growth happens when we stop pretending to be someone we are not. The more we try to become someone else, the more we trap ourselves in a game of illusion. Growth is not about becoming someone new. It's about uncovering who you already are, shedding the layers of fear, doubt, and expectation that have kept you from seeing your own true nature. It's a strange thing, really. We believe that we have to become someone worthy, someone important, someone deserving of peace and happiness. But what if peace and happiness are already waiting for you, right here, in the person you are right now? What if all you need to do is stop fighting yourself, stop trying to become, and simply allow yourself to be? In letting go of the need to become, we open the door to real transformation. Not the kind that comes from constant striving, but the kind that comes from simply resting in the knowledge that you are already everything you need to be. You are not broken. You do not need fixing. You simply need to stop running and start recognizing the perfection in the present moment. So here's the question. What if you stopped trying to become and simply allowed yourself to be? What if the key to becoming the person you've always wanted to be is not to chase that person, but to allow yourself to relax into the truth of who you already are? Let me know if this resonates, and I can continue to the next part. What if everything you've been taught about perfection is wrong? We live in a world obsessed with perfection, don't we? Every image we see, every story we hear, tells us that we must be flawless. Our bodies, our careers, our relationships. And yet, the more we strive for perfection, the more we distance ourselves from the raw beauty of imperfection. We think that flaws are things to be avoided, that mistakes are failures, that anything less than perfect is something broken. But what if, in reality, it is in our imperfections that our true power lies? The truth is, we are not meant to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion, a fleeting moment that we chase but can never quite grasp. In trying to be perfect, we overlook the deeper beauty that resides in our imperfections. The cracks, the flaws, the quirks, and the scars. They are the texture of life. Without them, we wouldn't be fully alive. We wouldn't be human. Imagine a flower that is perfectly symmetrical, its petals flawless in every way. It might look beautiful, but it would also feel strangely empty. The real beauty of a flower lies in the way it grows, the way it bends and twists towards the sun, the way its petals curl and fall with time. Its imperfections are what make it unique, what make it alive. And you, my friend, are no different. The truth is, your imperfections are not mistakes. They are your stories, your experiences, your depth. They are the things that shape you, that make you real. When we learn to embrace our imperfections instead of hiding them, we find something extraordinary: freedom. The freedom to be exactly who we are, without pretending to be someone else. The freedom to stop chasing perfection and simply live in the beauty of our humanity. What if, instead of rejecting your flaws, you accepted them with grace? What if you looked at your imperfections as the marks of your journey, the lessons you've learned along the way? In doing so, you would begin to see that it is not in striving for perfection that we find peace, but in accepting the perfectly imperfect nature of our lives. And here's the deeper truth. When we accept our imperfections, we stop projecting that need for perfection onto others. How often do we look at someone else and see only their flaws, their mistakes, their shortcomings? But when we embrace our own imperfections, we begin to see others with compassion. We begin to understand that their flaws, too, are part of the grand unfolding of life. And in this understanding, we discover the power of love. Not love that seeks to fix, but love that accepts, that celebrates, that embraces all of who we are. So, the next time you look in the mirror and see your flaws, your imperfections, your mistakes, don't judge them. Don't try to hide them. Instead, smile. Recognize them as part of you, part of your story, part of the vast, beautiful tapestry of existence. And in doing so, you will find that your imperfections are not obstacles to your peace. They are the very path to it. Let me know if this part resonates, and I'll continue to the final section. What if you already have everything you need to be at peace? What if the moment you've been waiting for, when everything aligns, when you finally feel whole, has already arrived, but you simply haven't noticed it yet? We spend so much of our lives chasing after some future version of ourselves, some perfect condition that will finally make us feel complete. But the irony is that the very thing we're looking for is here, in this moment, in this breath, in the quiet stillness underneath all the noise. It's easy to think that we need more success, more validation, more love, more of something. But the truth is, we are already whole, not because we've perfected ourselves, but because we are complete in our imperfection. The very essence of who we are, beneath all the roles, the labels, the expectations, is already enough. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to become someone else. You simply need to remember that you are already everything you are meant to be. Life doesn't measure you against any standard of achievement. It doesn't demand that you become more than you are. It simply asks that you show up, right now, as you are. And when you do, something remarkable happens. You stop seeking outside yourself for approval, for validation, for fulfillment. You realize that everything you've ever longed for, peace, love, joy, is already present, waiting for you to notice it. When you stop believing that you need to be fixed, when you stop searching for something you think is missing, you find that the whole universe has already been given to you. Right here, in the present moment, in the very act of being alive. You see, the key to peace is not in the future, nor in the past, but in the now. This moment is all we ever truly have. And when we stop looking beyond it, we begin to see the beauty that is already unfolding. The practice is simple. Be here. Not in the next moment, not in the next version of yourself, but right now. Let go of the need to constantly improve, to fix, to chase. Life is not something you are waiting to catch up with. Life is happening with you in it. You are already part of the dance, already part of the rhythm, already part of the flow. And when you realize this, you stop running towards some distant ideal and start living the life you've always been meant to live. So, what would it look like if you stopped trying to become and simply allowed yourself to be? What if you could embrace this moment, not as a means to an end, but as the end itself? The truth is, when you stop looking for life to be perfect, you start seeing it as it is. Perfectly imperfect, perfectly complete, just as it is. You already have everything you need. And when you live from that place of wholeness, you stop striving, you stop fighting. You simply move through life, not as a project, but as a participant. In that participation, in that presence, you begin to see that there is nowhere to get to. There is no finish line. There is only the dance, only the unfolding. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to recognize that you already are who you are meant to be. You are whole. You are complete. You are enough. And that, my friend, is the secret to living fully now. This concludes the script. I hope this final part aligns with your vision. Let me know your thoughts.